have.
Look at this!
Most athletes need a flashy commercial to move sneakers. Shedeur Sanders just has to walk into a store. This is breaking news. A leaked Nike report is revealing what really happens when Shedeur shows up unannounced. He popped into a local Nike store after the Pro Bowl just to grab a few pairs of socks. Within 20 minutes, the place was completely packed. The store manager says they crushed their entire monthly sales target in just 3 hours. Fans were snatching up jerseys, hats, socks, basically anything he so much as glanced at. Gary Vaynerchuk called it the most powerful touch of the 21st century. But there was one hoodie in particular that Shedeur held up in a fan's video. I've got the screenshot proving that the $120 hoodie is now totally sold out on Nike.com across the country. If you're trying to figure out which piece just became the new must-have, go ahead and click that button. Let's pull up the inventory. This is how Shedeur Sanders turned an ordinary Tuesday into a full-blown Black Friday frenzy.
About the shoes that Shedeur Sanders wore in his Week 1 preseason debut. What he is wearing is the brand new Nike Vomero Pluses in the Orange Pulse colorway, and they're by far the most comfortable sneaker that Nike has put out. Yes, I purchased 2 pairs. As you can see, this is the exact colorway that Shedeur Sanders was wearing. It features that all lighter orange upper with that darker orange midsole across where the Zoom X foam is. Plus, we've got the classic black Nike logo on the side. But when I tell you when you're walking with these with this thick midsole, it literally feels like you're walking on clouds. Look at this though. When I put the phone down, you can see how much cushion these.
We've seen superstars pull massive crowds before, but what went down at the Nike San Francisco flagship store was different. We're talking lines stretching 3 full city blocks in pouring rain. Fans camped out like it was a brand new iPhone release, and the security presence looked closer to a presidential motorcade than a retail pop-up. Shedeur arrived fresh off the Pro Bowl, and the energy instantly shifted. People weren't just chasing autographs, they were showing up to be part of something bigger. Inside, the shelves were stacked with special edition Nike Vomero Plus sneakers in that blazing orange Pulse colorway, a shoe so bright it looks dipped in liquid neon. But the second Shedeur stepped onto that floor, browsing turned into a buying frenzy. Sources say the store moved more product in 3 hours than most flagship spots push in an entire month. That was the first undeniable sign that Shedeur's influence isn't just digital hype, it's a real-time revenue machine. And what's fueling this wave isn't only the bold orange foam or the Zoom X cushioning that feels like you're walking on air, it's the subtle details most people completely overlook. He even put his very first college cleats on display right next to his new pro gear. It was a deliberate storytelling play, a reminder that this rise didn't begin with a lucky draft moment. But as the sales figures started pouring in, the focus shifted from sneakers to the confidential documents sitting inside Nike headquarters. The figures being quietly discussed in sports business circles are enough to make even industry veterans blink twice. While most rookies celebrate a few $100,000 in complimentary merch, Shedeur reportedly secured a jaw-dropping $125 million deal before throwing a single professional pass. And this is where it takes another turn. The second he stepped onto the field for his first preseason snap, an active player clause kicked in. That one snap reportedly doubled the contract's value, pushing it close to $250 million over the next 4 years.
Plus, 2 years ago when he was at Jackson State, and now he has obviously risen to absolute superstardom. Just to name a few of the accolades: Pac-12 Newcomer of the Year by Associated Press, multiple preseason award watch lists. I won't even get into all of them. He's also in the running for the 2024 Heisman Trophy and a member of the Nike family. Please welcome to the stage, nice and loud, Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, let's go! Let's go, legendary! Let's go! Yes, sir!
Think about that for a second. He's already out-earning elite veterans and projected first-round names like Cam Ward and Travis Hunter without even posting a winning regular season record yet. They're not just investing in stats, they're investing in aura. In today's era, a player who can shut down a store in San Francisco holds more brand value than someone who simply throws touchdowns. And if that shoe contract didn't spark envy across the league, just wait until you hear about the jersey split. Typically, endorsement deals give athletes a small slice of apparel revenue, maybe 5 to 10% if their agent negotiates aggressively. But whispers around the league suggest the Sanders team locked in an unprecedented 50% share of all jersey sales. That's essentially the Michael Jordan blueprint applied to a rookie. Every time someone drops $150 on a Sanders jersey, half the profit reportedly funnels straight to shedeur. That's exactly why his jersey has surged to #1 across the entire Nike ecosystem, outperforming seasoned superstars and even Super Bowl MVPs. He's not just signed to the league, he's financially aligned with it. And this kind of leverage is precisely why certain National Football League scouts have raised quiet concerns. The question behind closed doors is simple. When you're already worth 9 figures, do you still dive headfirst for a fourth-quarter hit? Here's the wild part. Shedeur wasn't even selected in the first round like many analysts expected, yet somehow he's already eclipsing projected top picks like Cam Ward and Travis Hunter in earnings, players many experts believed would go far earlier in the draft. That's the combined force of the Sanders brand, Nike's marketing engine, and calculated business strategy all syncing perfectly. Nike clearly identified something magnetic in shedeur and decided to wager big on his market appeal. And judging by the sales surge, that gamble is paying off. But the tension with the old guard? That's not a flaw, it's fuel. Every time a commentator labels him overrated or claims he's only relevant because of Prime, his engagement spikes. Controversy isn't hurting him, it's amplifying him. When he pulled up in San Francisco, he wasn't playing shy or pretending to be the grateful rookie. He fully embraced the superstar aura. His brother, Deion Sanders Jr., was right there filming it all for the family's growing media machine, making sure the Sanders versus everybody storyline stayed loud and visible. This isn't just a football dynasty, it's a full-scale content operation that just happens to dominate on the field. They've flipped nepotism criticism into motivation, building an us-against-the-world energy that pushes fans to cop the merch just to silence doubters. And while analysts obsess over his mechanics, the supply chain is scrambling behind the scenes. Demand surged so aggressively that it reportedly sparked internal alarms inside Nike logistics. Executives expected strong numbers, absolutely, but not a coast-to-coast sellout in less than 48 hours. Manufacturing partners in Asia were allegedly instructed to shift production lines to keep up with the Orange Pulse craze. It's rare to see a powerhouse like Nike caught off guard, but the shedeur wave is undeniable. He's fused hardcore football loyalty with sneakerhead culture in a way we haven't witnessed since the early spotlight days of Michael Vick or Deion Sanders. That single store appearance proved he can energize a major market like San Francisco without it even being his home base. That's portable star power, the kind that makes rival brands nervous and the swoosh very, very confident. What we're seeing unfold feels like the blueprint for a new age athlete. The era of waiting 5 seasons to build a brand is officially over. Shedeur Sanders is showing that with confidence, family infrastructure, and cultural alignment, you can become a mogul before locking in a starting job. That $15 million sales burst? That's just the trailer. As his career progresses, the debate won't center on draft position. It'll be about whether the National Football League can even contain the empire he's constructing. So, was that San Francisco pop-in the smartest marketing play we've ever seen in sports? Or is the hype train eventually heading for a reality check? Is shedeur truly the league's future, or are we witnessing an elite branding illusion? Sound off in the comments, because the sports world is split down the middle, and I want your take. And hit subscribe, because this story is moving faster than a 2-minute drill, and the next chapter could drop any second.